Hello everybody and welcome back. I am the Pumpkin King, and in today's episode we're going to be debuting a brand new segment for this channel, which is going to be our Dungeons & Dragons recap. Now, I have been playing Dungeons & Dragons for several years. I have been DMing for about 7 years now, and I'm running a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons campaign called The Mind of Gears. We'll be having updates for this every week here on the channel, so if you want to follow us, go ahead and hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe for more content in the world of magic and imagination. Before we get too far into it, though, let's meet the cast of characters. First off, this is Celsius. He is a swashbuckler rogue mixed with hexblade warlock, and he is an Aasimar. We also have Guy, a human hexblade warlock who shares the same patron, the Pretender, as Celsius. Both of them work for a mafia run by a man named Raphael, who is not at all a happy person. There's also Liz, who is an enchantment school wizard and a human. And rounding out our party is Jez A. Bell, who is a celebrity bard in the Creation School, who is basically the Victorian fantasy equivalent of an influencer. These four are our cast of characters for The Mind of Gears, which takes place in the Victorian fantasy world of Lenoir, which is a sort of rip-off of London. It's a steampunk setting, and there's a lot of good stuff coming down the line, so I'm sure you'll be interested in watching. In the first episode of The Mind of Gears, Celsius and Guy are tasked by Raphael to kidnap the mayor, or at least appear to kidnap the mayor. The reality is that the mayor is actually on the payroll of Raphael and allows the criminal organization to get a lot of leeway in the city of Lenoir. So it behooves Raph to keep his mayor close and safe. He sends out his boys, along with Liz, to capture the mayor and bring him to a safe house at the Red Lamp, a brothel owned by Raphael himself. This plan is overheard, however, by Jez, who, thinking that he can gain some exposure for himself, follows the group and ends up becoming involved in the kidnap conspiracy. Upon being discovered, Jez makes a run for it, initiating a chase scene, which ends with the hijacking of a mechanocab from a man named Mustache, who has a truly amazing boustache. It looks like a broom that's been disembodied and attached to someone's face. Upon catching up with the cab, the rest of the party convinced Jez to join them, and they all went to go see a man named Sharky. His real name is Mark, and he's a follower of Jez on social media, who provides them with a rundown of the mayor's schedule and activities so that they can plan their pickup. The party then proceeds sneak into a dinner party for the retirement of Colonel Starwatch, where they can meet with the mayor and execute their plan. Unfortunately, the mayor, unaware of their presence, shakes hands with a would-be assassin and falls terribly ill due to poison. The assassin made good his escape and ran out into the street, getting into a car, which prompted Guy and Jez to engage in a high-speed chase with him through the streets of Lenoir, before Jez used his creation bard abilities to create a wall directly in front of the assassin's car, killing him instantly. Celsius, however, rides with the mayor to the hospital where he can keep him safe and keep an eye on him. And Liz reports into her manager, who is the head of the newspaper The Lenoir Times, and informs him about the intended plot to kill the mayor. Upon investigation, they found the delivery device for the poison, a thumbtack, with a potent poison from Afrikaans, a continent to the south. They also identified a red eye tattoo and a hedge witch star tattoo on the body of the dead assassin. Upon questioning the mayor, the party found that the assassin had mentioned the name The Thousand Eyes in connection with a city improvement measure that the mayor hadn't really been listening to, but that has been monitoring the city from a distance. Thus, the party finds themselves with a dead body, a name that means nothing to them as of yet, and a mayor they need to keep safe and keep secret. And that was the end of the first episode of The Mind of Gears. Tune in next week for the next installment.